Well, God bless you, Bishop Shaver, here on a bright Sunday morning and just enjoying the fellowship that with other believers and rejoicing over the ruling that came from the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. You know, I'm just so excited that babies are going to have more of a chance to live. We're going to be able to see that those that have been given the dreams and the visions and inventions, and those that have been given, the ability to make a change in this nation, they're going to live. And so we give God glory and honor and praise. I know there's mixed reviews on this right here, but I've said this right here. God will not bless murder. He won't do it. And if you really believe in abortion, I really would urge you to watch online an abortion procedure. It is gruesome. It is murder. And when I look at this right here, I've said, how could anybody with a sane mind, not insanity, but with a sane mind, how could they perform such evil acts? And so I'm not going to go into the details, but this morning I was listening on the news, and there was a lady that was on there. Her mother went to have an abortion, a late-term abortion, and the doctor had told her, this is probably not going to work because it's in a late term. And so what happens is the mother goes ahead, but the lady said, I lived. And I'm here today to be able to say that, what? I thank God that I was allowed to live and I was not dismembered. I was not, poisoned, And she said, my life is great. She's talking about her children. There was another individual that was on there. His mother was raped. And, yeah, she was young, but she kept him and put him up for adoption after birth and everything. But the family that adopted him, they had no children. And not only did they adopt him, they ended up adopting 9 more children, or 8 more. He made 9. And, he was just thanking God. He says, I've got 4 beautiful children. And he said, you know what? Because my mother had, her parents and everything else, that they were believing in life. They believed that, this pro-choice, they had a choice. And they said, we could urge her to have an abortion, or we can urge her to keep the baby, and, then we'll see how it goes from there. He said, I have a wonderful life. So in all this right here, God can take what the devil meant for evil, and he can turn it into good. So I just want you to, I know there's going to be a lot of controversy. There's going to be a lot of, people mad and shouting and cussing and just all this right here. But the reason they're doing it is because they were allowed to live. They were allowed to be able to come forth now because they live. They don't care if the baby lives or dies. And they would rather see the baby die as to live. And it's gruesome. This one is barbaric. And so when we see these marches and we see all this happening, I pray to God that there's not Christians that believes in taking innocent lives. I pray to God that there's not someone that stands and says, well, I think God will let me into heaven, even though I believe in killing. I believe in murdering. You say, well, what if it's rape or incest? Let me tell you something. God can use what the devil meant for evil and turn it into his glory. James Robertson, you can Google this. His mother was raped. He was called a bastard child. But you'll know something? He has ministered around the world. He has been, instrumental in probably millions getting saved. And so with this right here, God says, let me be the judge. I will decide who lives and who dies. And so in this, I just want to encourage you, rise up. Take a stand for life. Because Jesus chose you, and he gave you everlasting life. God bless you. This is Bishop Shaver. Something to think about. Go and serve your King.